Joe Haywood. Yeah. Hey guys, I'm here at Haderlie Farms, and we're gonna go on a little field trip here. See some animals, see some of their plants, see their little store, and it's right here just outside of Thane, Wyoming, just across the valley from me in Star Valley. So, hey, what's your name?
Curtis Haderlie.
Curtis Haderlie. And you're the owner of the farm?
Yep, my wife and I.
How'd you get into the farm?
I was born and raised here and left for 15 years. Didn't know I was going to be a farmer, but ended up back here helping my dad for a while, and then just started doing different things, and now it's full-time.
How long have you been running it?
We bought the farm in '91, and we just slowly added more and more things. So I guess since '91 that's when we started to get more involved, and it's accelerated since then.
Okay. How big's the farm?
We have about 50 acres, yeah, and we have a couple acres in vegetable and cut flower production, and the rest is just field crops.
Okay.
Mostly hay and some barley.
What kind of animals you raise here?
We have milk cows, just a handful. We have beef cattle. We have pigs. We have chickens. And the rest are mainly pets, like turkeys and goats and sheep and cats and dogs, ducks.
I'm guessing you raised up your kids here?
No, actually, most of the kids were all gone by the time we actually, as I mentioned, in '91 when we started working here, we were living in Afton at the time, and so although the kids came here and helped in the summertime, we didn't live here until later. Yeah.
Okay. Grandkids?
Grandkids love coming here. Yep. So they come here regularly, so that's good.
What's their favorite thing to do here?
They do help me with milking, but they probably don't like getting up that early, especially in the wintertime.
How many milk cows do you have?
We're just milking 3 right now. We have 5. 2 of them are dry, and we sell raw milk, so it's not processed at all. We just milk them, filter it, bottle it, cool it quickly, and sell it. So.
Okay. And I saw you have a store here.
Yeah, we have an on-farm store, so it's
there.
open year-round, and in the store we sell our products, so our milk and our meat and local honey and then a bunch of other just what I would call health food items. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I guess we'll go and tour the farm and see different things here and there.
All right.
Okay, thanks. So here's the cows.
Now these are the milk cows. They're Jerseys, and so Jerseys are smaller than Holsteins. Holsteins are a typical milk cow because they're bigger and they give more milk. Jerseys are smaller, give less milk, but it has a higher butterfat content. So the milk is really rich and creamy. So if you like milk, it's yummy.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's you drink the raw milk and sell the raw milk?
Yep.
Okay.
And that's legal in the state of Wyoming. Wyoming passed the Wyoming Food Freedom Act several years ago, which allows us to do that. In the past, that was not allowed. But the Wyoming Food Freedom Act allows, from producer to consumer, it allows us to basically produce almost anything without regulation or licensing.
Okay. What are the benefits of raw milk, I guess?
Raw milk is a superfood.
Is it?
Yeah, it's one of the few things that will sustain life independent of anything else. There are people who have lived solely on milk and raw milk. Raw milk is totally different than anything you buy in the store where it's been pasteurized or homogenized. Pasteurization is a heat process, and that destroys the enzymes, changes the proteins, gets rid of all of the self-protective mechanisms. So pasteurized milk, if you leave it on a counter at room temperature, it will spoil, it will go bad. If you leave raw milk on a counter, it clabbers. An old-fashioned term is called clabbered milk, and it will separate into curds and whey.
Mm-hmm.
Remember your nursery rhymes?
Yeah.
And that's basically like cottage cheese and whey, and they're both really good for you, and that's what raw milk does. So it's really good for you. The fat in milk is really good for you. It's especially good for kids. Fat is critical for brain development and other important developmental processes in your body. And this low-fat fad that the government has convinced us is not correct. Fat is very important for proper development, especially in children. So milk is a good source of fat and protein and carbohydrates and everything. Like I say, it's a complete food. And very safe.
Interesting. Do you have to consume it in a certain period of time after it's taken from the cow?
The only issue with raw milk is over time the taste will change because the proteins and the fats are changing, and so usually within a week there is no noticeable difference for most people. I routinely drink milk that's 2 weeks old, and yeah, it's tasting a little stronger, but again, it's not harmful to you or becoming dangerous. It's just changing in its taste. So yeah, you'd want to consume it probably within a week of when you collect it.
Do you typically refrigerate it?
Yeah, the cooling is a very important thing. So when we milk, we filter the milk, and then we immediately bottle it or put it in pans if we're skimming the cream, and then cool it very quickly to below 40 degrees.
Okay.
And that's an important part of keeping it safe.
Okay. All right. Again, there's the cows. Jerseys, right?
Yes.
Jerseys give less milk, but it's tastier and creamier. So this is the soap shack.
This is the soap shack. So we own Wyoming Soaps, and so we just make very basic soap, but we use really good ingredients, good oils, coconut oil, palm oil, and olive oil. And the oil is put in this tank. The mixture of the oil is put in this tank and heated up so it becomes liquid. And then we mix it with lye or sodium hydroxide, and that process, that chemical reaction is called saponification. And it turns it into soap, and then we put it in molds, and then we cut it up, and it makes these are what we call amenity bars. So these will go to hotels to put in rooms. So when you stay in a motel, you typically get a little bar of soap. That's what these are, and they go on these racks so they can dry. And we use, like I said, high quality oils, and then typically essential oils or some fragrance oils to give them the various scents.
Do you have a finished packaged one?
They're probably all gone. These are packaged, ready to go to a hotel.
Okay.
And we do wrap. These are amenity bars. These are also amenity bars, but they're circles. And then this is an example of just what we call a regular bar or a 4-ounce bar. So more like, a bar that you'd have on your sink.
What's the benefit of this soap that you make as opposed to something you might buy in the store?
The oils are higher quality, so lets people notice an immediate difference in their skin. So their skin feels good after they wash this as compared to the drying or the chapped hands where you're using regular soap. So the higher quality oils is the main, and the fragrance oils are not, well, some of them are synthetic, but we use real lavender, real lemongrass, for example, and so the smells are really nice. People like the smell.
It's really, you can't smell it, but it smells really good in here. I want to kind of let you smell it on the video, but I can't.
And this is Jill. She's our soap maker.
She's staying off the video. Cool. Interesting. I didn't know you made soap here. All right. How many pigs you have?
Right now we have 16, I believe. The number keeps changing. Yeah, pigs are fun. They are really yummy to eat.
Yeah.
And they are intelligent, so they'll talk to you. And then what's exciting about these pigs is they're mostly fed from scrap food from Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
So we pick up, well, for example, this is spent grain from Melvin Brewing,
Okay.
which is a new brewery in Alpine. And so this is just barley that's been put in hot water for a few minutes, and then so it takes out the carbohydrates, which is what they want for the beer, and then they just get rid of this, so I consider it a protein supplement.
Yeah.
And then behind you, the big compost pile, that's citrus and just a lot of other food scraps. But we do pick up, yeah, my food scrap pile is down right now, but I pick up bread from Persephone Bakery in Jackson. I pick up all of the waste pulp from Healthy Bean Juicery in Jackson. I pick up from Whole Food Rescue, which is a nonprofit that rescues food, redistributes it to people in Jackson area, and then what they can't use I get to feed to the animals. So over the past 5 years, we've hauled hundreds of thousands of pounds of really great food for pigs down here, and then the rest we compost.
For growing crops and stuff, or?
Yeah, the compost, then we can put it back out into our fields, mainly the vegetables. We don't have enough to put on the field crops really yet, but hopefully over time we'll get larger amounts. But yeah, compost is super for the nutrition and the organic matter to help improve the soil. So the pigs are a byproduct of basically waste food, and not just waste food, it's really good stuff. Like Healthy Bean Juicery, it's all certified organic. So I say my pigs eat better than 90% of Americans. They get artisan bread, they get certified organic vegetable and fruit pulp. They get all these miscellaneous things from various restaurants. So they have a varied diet, but they love it and they do really well on it. So.
Are there different kinds of pigs in here?
Yeah, these are all kind of mixes. Hampshire and Yorkshire are typical, and these are mixes. And then Berkshire is another breed.
Do they think they're getting fed, or are they just being friendly?
They perpetually want to be fed. And then when we skim cream, for example, then we'll have, the milk that's left over is basically skim milk or reduced fat milk, and we'll feed that to the pigs. We also get a lot of waste milk, store milk, and we feed that to the pigs.
So do you just slaughter these and sell the meat, or consume it yourself, or?
Yeah, these we can have them butchered and sell the retail cuts, or there are people that will purchase a whole hog or half a hog that we can sell to them. Yeah.
So if you raise a hog from a piglet and you sell a whole hog to somebody, how much does a whole hog cost right now?
We do it by weight, but it's typically going to be in the $500 to $700 range for a whole pig.
Okay. And they just take it and butcher it themselves?
No,
or?
that includes all the processing
okay.
and packaging and everything. So
Okay.
that's just, and delivery. So that's everything right to your doorstep.
How many pounds would you get out of a pig like this? If you had a whole pig cut up?
Yeah, so you're talking, if they're typically 280 pounds live weight when they're butchered, and so 40% of that is going to be unusable stuff, and then so you're probably talking I don't know, 120 pounds of meat, something like that.
Okay. This guy's taking a nap over there.
Yeah, it's sunny and warm, nice and warm, so.
It's kind of a pretty pig, that reddish.
Yeah, the reddish kind.
What kind is he?
I think that's the Berkshire.
Berkshire. So how often do they produce young for you?
I don't have any breeding sows. I just buy the weaner pigs, raise them from that. I'd like to get my own sow or sows. It's just an issue of labor, so if I get more help, then I can move into that area.
Yeah. How much is a weaner pig when you first buy it? The little
They
piglet?
can range anywhere from 75 to 150,
Okay.
somewhere in there.
How long does it take to raise them up?
8 to 10 months typically.
Okay. All right. One last look. See their eyes. Talk about that. So tell me about the hay again.
Yeah, well, having a hay shed full of hay at this time of year is a good feeling for a farmer because, you know, you work all summer long to plant it and water it and harvest it and haul it and stack it. So it's a lot of work, but it's real important that that's in there because that's our feed for the cows during the winter time, the milk cows and the beef cows. The nicer second crop hay, the green stuff you can see there, is what will feed the dairy cows because they respond to the higher protein. They give more milk when they get good protein. But we do have the spent barley that we give them as well.
Okay. Here's a farm dog.
He's not really a farm dog. He's a wimpy dog. And this is where we filter the milk, so we run the milk through a filter. And typically we have lots of bottles.
Just for storing the milk. Ends up in those?
Yeah. And then there's some milk in here, and then I just made this butter this morning, so.
Looks good.
So
Fresh
typically,
butter.
So typically the orangey color in butter is indicative of the carotenes. So when animals are grazing or getting feed that has a higher level of carotene, and the butter is more orange rather than light yellow. So that's where the darker color comes from in the butter. Yeah, and since this is I don't know if you can see this, but unhomogenized milk, the cream floats to the top.
Yeah, so I can see it. There's the line right there.
So that's the cream on the top of the milk.
And if somebody's going to drink it, do they mix it back together, or?
If you like creamy milk, which I do, so that's what I do, is I just shake it up and pour it out.
Then drink it.
So we call this fresh, unprocessed whole milk, or raw, but as compared to pasteurized and homogenized milk, this is different.
So how much you milk 3 cows right now, and how much do you get a day out of them? How many gallons?
So here's so we're getting about 9 gallons. So they're about 3 gallons a piece right now. Yeah, I won't bother to pull it up. But yeah, we're right at 9 gallons and we just milk once a day, so it's just in the mornings.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're getting.
Is that because normally a cow gets milked twice a day?
Commercial dairies milk 2 or even 3 times a day, because when you have 200 or 2,000 cows, I mean, that can make a difference. But for us, it was a lifestyle thing. When you have to milk twice a day, you really can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
And so I found out about a gentleman in Idaho that was doing similar to what we were doing, just raw milk, and he was milking once a day, and I decided to try it, and it was a life changer. I mean, to be able to only have to milk once a day, and the cows do fine.
How do you get them to only need to be milked once a day, I guess?
I just one
did
day I was
it.
milking twice, and then the next I was milking once, and the cows did fine and and I've done that for a couple of years now, so it works beautifully for me, and it seems to be working great for them as well.
Okay. Do they just scale back their production naturally, or?
I wouldn't say that that even happens much now with a Holstein that really is producing much more milk than these are. Then I'm sure it would be much. It probably wouldn't even work. But for
Yeah.
these Jersey cows, again, I don't give them hormones. I'm not feeding them a high a really souped up diet to try to maximize production. I'm letting these cows just kind of live a more natural life,
Okay.
And they'll live a lot longer too. Commercial dairy cows usually only last 2 or 3 lactations at the most, and then they sell them. We'll probably have these 15 lactations, you know, I mean, 15 years, so they'll have a much longer life than a commercial dairy cow will.
When you, the jar of milk you had, was that a half gallon?
Yeah.
How much, if I came to the farm, how much would that cost me?
$4 if you come to the farm.
Okay.
Yeah. We do charge a bottle deposit, $2 bottle deposit, so it'd be $6. But
So you just keep bringing the bottle back?
yeah, and we like the idea of the reusable bottles.
Yeah. Cool.